The Boston Celtics are set to tip off their regular season tonight versus the New York Knicks. And we have some exciting news going into the Celtics starting the lineup tonight. We know who is coming off the bench, so we have the solidified starting five. And we have news on an ex-Celtic who got traded this year speaking up about what he is going to be representing on his new team. We have more and that on this episode on Celtics Digest. I'm Bruce Velez, but before we get into any Celtics content, I would like to say that around 87% of our viewers are not subscribed, and would greatly appreciate it if you guys hit that big old red subscribe button and join the Celtics Digest family. We can't thank everyone enough that's already hit that subscribe button, and we're getting so close to our next goal of 2,000 subscribers. We just hit 1,800 subscribers yesterday. I can't thank everyone enough that's already hit that subscribe button. But if you guys enjoy Celtics content and want to make sure to stay up to date on rumors, trades, post games, lives, we'll be doing a live tonight, guys, going over the first Celtics regular season game. You do not want to miss that. Make sure you guys come and join that, and make sure you guys are staying tuned to Celtics Digest. Hit that subscribe button and stay tuned with your Celtics knowledge. But let's get into the news at hand today, which talks about Al Horford coming off the bench tonight for the Boston Celtics. And yes, that means that with the 6 guys that usually start, the starting 5 will be a smaller lineup running tonight for the Celtics. As you guys can see from Jared Weiss, Jayson Tatum said that Al Horford coming off the bench is the ultimate sacrifice. Tatum said that everyone wants to sacrifice for the team, but Al is the epitome of that. Being the veteran, he is going to sacrifice his role and come off the bench for the Boston Celtics. So the starting lineup for the Celtics tonight should look as Jrue Holiday, Derrick White, Jaylen Brown, Jayson Tatum, and Kristaps Porzingis, with Al Horford and Payton Pritchard being the main focal points off the bench. I like this lineup for the Boston Celtics tonight. You want to have a guy in Mitchell Robinson who's going to be running up and down the court and being a defensive presence to be held out by a guy like Kristaps Porzingis. And Jayson Tatum on Julius Randle is a great matchup. Same thing with Jaylen Brown and RJ Barrett. Then when you look at the guard matchups, I'm sure that Derrick White and Jrue Holiday can hold up the guard duo of Jalen Brunson and Deontay DiVincenzo or Josh Hart, whatever they decide to throw at the Boston Celtics. But I'm excited for this game tonight, guys. We got Celtics basketball finally. We've been waiting for this since June. It is finally back, and the Celtics will be playing a tough opponent in the New York Knicks tonight. I'm excited. I think the Celtics will get the dub tonight, and I think they will prevail as a top team in the Eastern Conference after the first night. I think we'll get to see some great looks from Jaylen Brown, Jayson Tatum, Kristaps Porzingis, and from the bench unit, I'm very excited to see how Oshae Brissett, if he gets any minutes tonight, or Sam Hauser play for the Celtics. Sam Hauser and Steve Mihailuk kind of have a similar role. Lamar Stevens and Oshae Brissett have a similar role. So I'm excited to see out of those 4 guys, which 2 guys get the jump and how they can handle their role for the Boston Celtics on a big night tonight, being a good, impactful role piece for this Celtics team. But let's look at the other news at hand, which is Marcus Smart speaking up on the trade that happened this summer. So Marcus Smart obviously was unexpectedly moved to the Memphis Grizzlies in a deal where the Celtics got Kristaps Porzingis. They were ultimately trying to get Malcolm Brogdon in that deal and were unsuccessful to get rid of Malcolm Brogdon as he had an injury. Therefore, they had to give up Marcus Smart, another very vocal point of their team and a true guard that had been there for a long time, and my favorite player on the Boston Celtics. So this really hurt me when I saw that this happened to the Celtics. But Marcus Smart is now speaking up on his tenure with the Celtics, and we have this to talk about. So Marcus Smart says that you always want to be where you're wanted, and another team's trash is another team's gold. So I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be in an organization that wants me and sees me having great value. So I'm ecstatic, and I'm ready to get going. If I'm being quite frank, I knew a trade would be traded. I would be traded eventually, Smart said. Just figured it would be the next season, just based off my contract and with the new CBA. We already knew that, but it was just by the way it happened. I was just told everything was good after asking multiple times, like I'm hearing rumors, what's going on, and they're like, no, you're good, you're good, you're good. And then when I do hear about the trade, it's from Sham Sharani on Twitter before I hear from the team. This is disappointing to hear as a Celtics fan, as in multiple past trades, the Celtics have been knowing to give up guys with not giving them much contact and just kind of just letting them go. And even though they've been very focal points of this team, it's happened to Marcus Smart, it's happened to Isaiah Thomas a little bit. But I will say that it is a business, and that is what is expected to happen out of the Boston Celtics. A guy like Isaiah Thomas needed to be moved as he was getting older and was having injury issues. A guy like Marcus Smart was a very good part of this team, a very glue guy, was one of the guys that was important in the locker room, had a lot of friends on this team, but he just wasn't getting it done with his role. And bringing in a guy like Kristaps Porzingis has ultimately shown a new offensive style for the Celtics and has actually helped us improve a lot. So I can see why the Celtics make these moves. It's just sad to see Marcus Smart kind of come out and say that he felt like unwanted garbage and trash with the Celtics, and kind of knew that a trade was going to happen. And even though the Celtics did not let him know if a trade was happening, they still traded him. Now, obviously, that is because they were trying to move Malcolm Brogdon, and they were not trying to move Marcus Smart. They were most likely trying to keep him on this roster, just trying to get off another contract and a guard that was getting a little bit older. But obviously, when Malcolm Brogdon's issues don't go through, and you still want to get this player for your new team to add a new versatility to this offense, the Celtics will have to give up another valuable piece, and Marcus Smart was that one. And since this trade happened late at night, I'm sure that they were not up Marcus's ear trying to tell him what to do. They were just trying to make sure that this trade got done so that they could get Kristaps Porzingis in before the deadline. Now, one other thing I would like to say is, going back to the it's a business part, is the same thing happened with Jrue Holiday with the Milwaukee Bucks. 2 days prior to Jrue Holiday getting traded to the Portland Trailblazers, he came out and said that he wanted to be a Milwaukee Buck for life and that he was going to retire after his next contract extension and be staying with the Milwaukee Bucks. Unfortunately for him, he ended up being traded 2 days later to the Portland Trailblazers and now is on the Boston Celtics, which he is happy to be on, but I'm sure there was still a little bit of a gut wrench in his stomach when he got traded and was unexpecting, where am I supposed to take off and go for my future? And that's kind of how Marcus Smart definitely felt. Now that they're definitely in these cultures, they're in these environments, they're with their new teammates, they're definitely buying into it and actually accepting their role in their new face of being on a new franchise. But I'm sure it definitely stings a bit when a franchise that you've given your heart and soul to, and they've given their heart and soul to you, has turned their back on you and looked at you as a piece to move off of to get better. But obviously, it's a business. The Bucks did get better trading Jrue Holiday. The Celtics did get better trading Marcus Smart. That is why these teams made these moves. It's just ultimately sad for the player, as they are still a human being. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Are you guys excited for the Celtics season opener tonight? Let me know what you guys think about Al Horford coming off the bench. Do you guys think that's the smart move, or do you guys think that Derrick White should be coming off the bench? And what do you guys think of Marcus Smart's comments? Make sure, guys, if you guys want to stay tuned with Celtics content, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We will be going live after the Celtics game tonight, breaking down everything post-game, going over the game, and answering your guys' questions. I cannot wait for the first live of the season, so make sure you guys are tuned in and you guys are ready to go. I'm Bruce Veliz. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Let's go Celtics. Big day today, guys.